Okay, so I'm Russ. This is Custom 40K. Trying something a little different. Try looking at what I'm actually working on. What am I doing? Okay, so I am working on the Deff Dread. I finished the boys. That's some of them. The rest of them are magnetized to the bottom of a container. I'll go into greater detail on these guys later, how I did them, probably when I do the boss, if this seems like something anybody's interested in. But this is what I'm doing now. So I put, in the first video I mentioned, I used to play Rogue Trader, sorta, 3 times. So this is one of the original plastic Space Marines. I think probably the first box of plastic Space Marines. There were like a bunch of them in the box. I don't know how many. So this is one of those guys. He's been hanging out. My kids started to paint some of them a little bit green. So I thought it'd be appropriate to put him on the base. I was going to have this dude stepping on him, but I couldn't get it to work. So he's just kind of in a regular position. I'm going to put, the kit says to do 3 arms and rockets but I'm going to do rockets. I used hot glue and sticky tape to get them on here. I'm going to do rockets, and then I don't know which gun this is, but this is the one that like looked the coolest. There we go. No. There. That so that one looked the coolest, so that's the one that's going on. I was thinking just rockets because they seem like they're probably the most effective, but I wanted to switch it up. So the machine gun's going to go on this side. I didn't want to glue them on right away. I don't usually do what's the word for when you paint it before you assemble it? But usually I put them all together and paint them all as one, but I wanted to say those because I want to be able to get into those spots. So also you're noticing, probably, you're like, what's going on there? I put some baking soda with a tiny bit of sand I super glued on is going to be underneath the paint because I want to give it the sort of like rusty crusty look. I think that'll give it a little extra texture, or maybe it'll ruin it. I also added some Crackle medium, like kind of leading up to those spots. It'll just like, I'm hoping that it'll just like catch the wash and like become texture. Okay, so progress report on Deff Dread. Looking pretty good, I think. Where are we at? What I did, I think last time we spoke, I had assembled and I tried putting some of this Crackle medium on there. Didn't work like I expected. I had used this before, where when it dried, it sort of it separated and made a cracked pattern, and I was hoping that I could just like embed a cracked pattern and then paint it and wash in it and stuff like that, right? So what happened was it dried and then it just flaked right off. So I tried again after I primed it, and what I did was I did the zenithal thing. I did black, and then I got this hazelnut brown Molotov, which is a great warm brown. I really like it. It's got a good feel to it. Kind of a good rusty. I did like it's got like a nice look. I really like. So then I tried putting some of this Crackle on. And then I varnished it because some of the folks had said like, oh, when you paint it and then you put the paint on and then you varnish, the cracks become bigger. Well, I thought I want to paint after, so I just varnished it. Stuff like it literally flaked off my my undercoats. In fact, there's like a little, oh no, that is plastic. That's not. But it like literally like down to the bone, down to the bare plastic. So I just kind of like scraped that off where it was. And then I went in and I was like, oh, I was kind of ticked. So I went in, I decided to start painting. I wasn't planning on it at the moment, but I just kind of got the mood struck me. So I like my acrylic gouaches. I got raw sienna and a cadmium-free orange. And I kind of mixed them together. And I took a brush that was not in great shape. It was actually, when I started, it was a little better than this. And then I did that like, and I just basically dry brushed it down, right? I like got most of the paint off and then like went to town. All the spots where I was going to put orange. Oh, I did spray, like skip around. I think I mentioned that I took the baking soda and super glue. Previously, when I'd done rust on the guys, when I did rust, I did my red oxide and a little bit of burnt sienna and a bunch of matte varnish. And then I like would put a little baking soda in with that and like paint it on. This time I used super glue, and I did like the spots where I thought like a little extra texture would be nice. And it's so textured you almost can't even tell what's paint and what's like actual physical texture. But then I hit those spots I airbrushed on some of the red oxide onto those spots to give it kind of that rusty look. That's like a spot that's like the red oxide, and like back here on the grates there, it's mostly red oxide, I think. So and then I went in with the orange and the brown mix where I wanted it to be yellow, and I really love this black red where the red was going to be. Then I went over the yellows with Yellow Deep, the same action, a little bit of paint, tap tap tap, and I used primary red over just like the couple of red spots. I think he's looking really good. He just looks grimy, and I kind of want to do like a kind of goofy, cute, but also scary kind of like. I'm kind of like trying to hard line to kind of toe, but I feel like that's orcs to me. Is like they're kind of funny, but they're also kind of scary. So I'm like, that's the plan. So there's still like miles to go on this guy. I can't wait to get back into him. Okay, quick update. I did some painting. I added metallics. I got like copper. I used the Model Air, so this is the Model Air copper, a metal color. Sorry, copper, and then duraluminum, and I did like 6 drops of the paint, and then in the duraluminum I did 2 drops of black ink and 1 drop of burnt 3 drops of black ink, 1 drop of burnt umber, and then the opposite in this one, 1 drop of. Anyway, so I was complaining in the last one, which you just heard, about the Crackle not working. Well, it looks like it worked, because now I'm really seeing it. To the extent that it's actually kind of making me anxious that it's just going to keep coming off. So I did do another varnish pass just over the whole dude after I did some painting tonight. I'm still really pleased with how he's looking.